So like with the jab, you can get under a jab, and then you can hook, you can uppercut, you can do things, and then with like a hook, you can spear and you can do things from the inside. But is there like another, you know?
Right. If I'm understanding your question, right?
Uh-huh.
So first, let's take a step back. When we look at boxing, if we break boxing down to its very basics, there are only two kinds of punches in boxing, just two, right? Straight punches and crooked punches, right? When you think about your jab and your cross, both of those are straight punches. The cross is really a jab from the back end, right? Both punches are coming straight out. When you think about the hook, the uppercut, and the overhand right, those are crooked punches because the hand is bent on an L shape, right? Boom.
Yes.
All right. So now, when we look at that, so we know that as far as stopping the punches, right? If I wanted to stop the hook, now really you can use any block theoretically against any punch, right? If the dude shot an uppercut, boom, and I sat on that like this is what he hits, right? Boom.
Yes.
He's going for here, I sit on it, and I can shoot my own uppercut back, right? Or I sit on it, boom, and I can do that number 6, boom, and follow that with an uppercut. You dig what I'm saying? And it's the same for every other punch. The thing is this. So remember that, as you alluded to earlier, it was made not to overpower the boxer. It wasn't made to overpower the boxer. It was made to beat the boxer. You don't necessarily need to overpower somebody to beat them, right? Boom. You just need to be able to outmaneuver them. And what is the easiest way to beat somebody? And we think about our hands as weapons, right? So we look at this fight as armed conflict. What is the easiest way to beat somebody in armed conflict?
To eliminate their ability to fight,
How do we do that though?
taking out their arms.
Taking out their arms, right? We take their weapons from them. So if we're here and you shoot a jab and I slip it, did I take your jab from you?
No.
No. But if we're here and you shoot the jab and I put this up there and you punch this instead, what just happened to that gun?
Over.
Right.
Um,
When we look at the footwork, right, let's think about what it is to slip a punch. You slip a punch, boom, we're here, right? When I slip the punch, what am I doing to slip the punch? Look at my head. What is my head doing? If the punch is coming straight here, what is my head doing?
Step off the line, or you get off the line.
All right. When I do skull and bones, what am I doing?
You switching, taking your head off the line and replacing it with your elbow.
Exactly that, right? So the same mechanics, if I was here and I just went like this, that same slip is here. Now I'm here and he hits this, right? I'm still getting my head out the way. But at the same time, it's inefficient for me. And again, in the Book of Five Rings, Musashi speaks about this. He speaks about the ineffectiveness of fighting a defensive fight. He tells you that's not the way of killing the enemy because it's not, right? If you throw punches at me and all I do is bob, weave, slip, and roll, I would have to be able to know that I'm going to be able to anticipate everywhere you're going to punch 100% of the time and be correct. And I don't know that, right? So if
MSG.
Right? So if we're fighting and I'm boom, boom, right? And I'm just doing this, I gotta know every time that I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't. Floyd Mayweather gets hit, right? And he's one of the best defensive fighters in the business. So instead of that, what I want to do is I want to take advantage of I know you're punching dude with your open hands, right? Boom. So I move my head off the line. My head is still off the line here like I'm slipping, but now, boom, this hits that, right? And right off of that, boom, I can hit here. If this is coming back home, I can clear that out of the way, boom, and turn that into a hook, turn that into an uppercut, right? See? I want to take these weapons from you from the door. So the same defensive movement, I want to use that. If I roll, boom, I'm going to hit. Why? Because your footwork is a weapon, right? It puts you, because remember, fighting is about position. Your feet are going to put you in position. Minister used to say that your feet will put you where you're the most effective and your opponent is least effective, right? So if I don't want her to be able to move to my flank, then I need to stop her. So if she shot a punch in the head, boom, and I hit here, right? Now I hit on the hip, boom, I come over with that, right? So in 52, every time we move, we're moving with deliberate intent. That intent is to take something away from the opponent to make him less effective at being able to hurt us. Remember, our number one job is to make sure he can't hurt us. After that, is to make sure he can't stop us from hurting him. Right? Mm-hmm. If I can accomplish both of those things at the same time, I'm ahead of the game. So if we're here, you punch, boom, and I get my head out of the way, and you crash to that elbow, I took that hand away from you. Right? So I hit, if you did a 1-2 and I'm pop, 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 right? I took both hands from you. You can't use these, which means that I know that you can't hurt me, not with these, and you're not going to be able to effectively use those to stop me from being able to hurt you.
Yeah.
So we don't want to flip and parry. Even when we get to like, because when we get like in the tier 2, come here, babe. This is called patty cake, right? Boom. But even when I patty cake, because we have this, we have the fan, right? We have the windmill, right? Boom. Even with those, I'm stacked the deck, right? Shuffle the deck, right? So even with those, I'm not just doing that because I want to be maximizing. So if the punch came, give me punch, boom, right? See? I'm doing something, right? So that's patty cake. I patty cake and I hit, right? Boom. I fan and I hit, right? I windmill and I hit. You see? Boom. There's something. I'm not just parrying the hand. That's inefficient, right?
I understand.